We put mono white at -1. They played 2 Brutal Cathars, a Luminarch Aspirant, and Adeline, and we still won the game. So if you need proof of concept for this deck, I guess there you go. Even through misplays, we still won the game. But would it be Magic the Gathering without a couple of sequencing errors from your boy? The deck I think I want to play, but you might talk me into one of these two, Jun Fivering or Vorpal, is Reanimator. Reanimator. So the low end of this deck is probably going to look a little familiar to you. It's kind of like a burn deck, a little bit like the Boros deck that's in standard right now with the Royal Eruptions and the Play with Fires and the Bloodthirsty Adversaries and stuff. But we've also got Thermo Alchemist in this deck for some reason. Why not? There's also Flame Channeler, which can transform and start kind of drawing its cards off of our spells that deal damage. There's also Fable of the Mirror Breaker to copy any of this stuff. But what you really want to copy with Fable is these big old boys down here, Red Dragon and Duskmangler, both of which can ETB and deal 4 damage to your opponent, among other things. But Kardur's Vicious Return is the actual centerpiece of this deck. The way we've got it drawn up is we want to deal some early damage to them with some burn, or maybe take some creatures off the board with our burn. Play an early creature like an Alchemist or a Flame Channeler, Bloodthirsty Adversary, get some damage in, right? Kick some damage in. And eventually, say, discard Fable of the Mirror Breaker to or discard one of these 2 cards, Red Dragon or Duskmangler, to either Fable of the Mirror Breaker or Kardur's Vicious Return, because Chapter 2 makes us discard a card. So when we play this, we should have some small dudes to sacrifice. If we do sacrifice a small guy, that blows up a guy or just bolts our opponent for even more direct damage, you know. So between, again, Royal Eruption, Play with Fire, Spikefield Hazard, and Kardur, we have a lot of direct damage to the face in this deck. But on top of that, once we actually get to the 3rd chapter, it's going to bring back a Duskmangler or a Red Dragon. And the Red Dragon is going to deal 4 damage to them on top of all the damage you've already dealt. Think about it this way. If I play a Kardur's Vicious Return and sacrifice a thing, let's go all the way back. Let's play Bloodthirsty Adversary on turn 2, and let's swing for 2 on the play. That's 2 damage, right? If I can't get in with my Bloodthirsty Adversary anymore for the rest of the game, on turn 4 I can play Kardur's, sacrifice the Bloodthirsty Adversary, and deal 3 more damage to my opponent. That's 5 damage, okay? We're at 5 damage right now. So then Kardur's Vicious Return goes off and gets back my Red Dragon and deals an additional 4 damage. That's 9 damage. Okay. Well, Kardur's Vicious Return also gives the Red Dragon +1/+1 counter and haste. So my Red Dragon also gets to swing for 5 damage the turn that it comes out. So the 5 damage from the Red Dragon, the 5 flying damage with haste, plus the 4 damage it deals is 9 damage right there. So we're at like 14 damage this game. You know, just off of these like 3 magic cards. That's not counting you playing any Play with Fires or Royal Eruptions or whatever. So just Kardur's into Red Dragon can deal a ton of damage by itself. And sometimes, I mean, people talk about how Bloodthirsty Adversary is good reach in these aggro decks, right? Like, it's good reach for the burn decks. You should play it on turn 5 or 6, and you Royal Eruption their face. Yeah, it's good. It's decent reach, and we still have access to that play if that's what we want to do. But we have access to a play that can deal 9 damage, like, all in one turn. You know, Red Dragon out of our graveyard, ETB trigger procs off, and then we get to swing with it and deal 5. That's 9 damage in one turn, which is very silly. Count the damage from sacrificing a creature to Kardur's, that's 12 damage by itself. So that's a ton of reach. Plus, once we have these dudes in play, whether we played them or reanimated them in a long game or whatever, then we can Fable of the Mirror Breaker and copy Red Dragon or Duskmangler. Right? And then in the case of Fable copying Red Dragon, that's 4 damage and a 4/4 flying haste. So it's this deck actually does a lot of really neat stuff in the late game if it can get there, but the problems are pretty obvious, right? You know, if we draw, we want to deal early damage. We want to deal fast damage, but we'll start with these like effective 5-card hands because 2 of the cards in our hand are 6 and 7 drops. That will happen sometimes. So there's a little give and take here. There's some issues, as all decks are going to have. But I do like the idea behind this deck, and I do kind of want to see if it works the way we've drawn it up. Yeah. Right, we go first. Not bad. Oh, I got to change these lands out. Lame lands. It's not a bad start, though, especially if we draw a 3rd. Let our opponent know we have a Play with Fire. Probably the result of that hold up there. Do I pop him in the chops? Yeah, I think so. I think we do that. Take a scry here. Royal Eruption? I do need a land, and I've already got a 2-drop. They'll probably play creatures. It's snow-covered plains. I wonder if it's just black-white, like blood on the snow. Which is probably not the best thing in the world for us. We draw 3rd land, that's good. I guess we just Bloodthirsty Adversary, go at him. Go for the jugular. I like how the sound is already screwy. Usually it takes a couple of games. Not tonight, baby. Luminarch Aspirant, wish we had that Royal Eruption, don't we? Put the counter on it. We draw another land. I guess we just Fable this turn. Sure. Opponent appears to just be mono white aggro. I am going to come in here. Bang. Put him at 14. Opponent goes Snow-Covered Plains. Brutal Cathar. Yikes. They're going to take our ramp. I kind of wanted that. Yep, I do just that. Put a counter on the Aspirant. Come in. Who's knocking? Red Dragon. Ouch. Well, we can discard the 2 big boys in our hand. Hopefully get up Cardurs. Yep, we do. So we can blow up the Luminarch Aspirant. It will leave the Cathar on the table, but I'm not too concerned about that. Do we try to get in first? You think they'll take that block? They might. It would kind of be terrible if they did, so I think we just Cardurs. Sacrifice, blow up the Aspirant. What we discard next turn? Kind of depends on what we draw, but of these 2, I think I'd rather drop the Thermo Alchemist right now. Crazy as that sounds. Here comes an Adeline, though. That's pretty serious. Well, I guess we'll drop the land and play the other 2. Set up a little defense here, but maybe not enough of a defense. Cool thing is, we'll be able to reanimate a creature next turn and copy it with the reflection if the reflection stays out, but that requires them not having another brutal, and you know, it's how it is. But it does look like, unless they have something specifically to break this Cardurs this turn, that we'll probably reanimate something. Problem is, they'll have something to sacrifice to a Mangler, right? They'll have a 1/1 guy. I don't care. But Mangler's pretty big. Yeah, that. Come on, man. Another Brutal Cathar. Of course. Oh, they got the Alchemist. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, I say we definitely take 4 this turn. Block their 1/1 token. Did I miss a block on a 1/1 last turn? I think I may have. Alright. I'd say we go Mangler here. The creature does gain haste. I wonder if I can just win a race. Maybe we can. Let's try it, man. Let's put the 5/5 out with flying. 4 to the dome. Why, Devin? Why, Dev? I should have copied the Red Dragon, and then we'd basically just like be guaranteed to win. But for some reason I passed through, even like knowing I was supposed to copy the Red Dragon. Like knowing I was supposed to, but it's fine. We still win anyway. Let's play with fire. This is pretty satisfying to beat mono red or mono white rather. Transform. I could have also done that first. Just a little rusty. I wasn't expecting to play Magic tonight. We put mono white at -1. They played 2 Brutal Cathars, a Luminarch Aspirant, and Adeline, and we still won the game. So if you need proof of concept for this deck, I guess there you go. Even through misplays, we still won the game. But would it be Magic the Gathering without a couple of sequencing errors from your boy? Take that. That's a good beat. Actually, that was growing into something. It could be something eventually. Actually, that's just Super Freak, isn't it? That's just Rick James. Everything has been done before. Been waiting 2 minutes for this. I guess I'll close the client and reopen it. And we go first. Oh yeah, there's still an Immerstrom Skull Cannon here. Probably shouldn't be here. Let's be honest. Card actually is not as good as I ever want it to be. We can't play a 2-drop on 2 on this mana. Sucks. Still gotta do it though, I think. Pretty sure. Let's go Skull Cairn. Turn 1. Maybe I should have gone Haunted Ridge, but it's the only land I have any hope of playing untapped here, so I kind of want to do that a little. Could always go like 2-drop Spikefield Hazard. Hey, look at that. It's some mountain. That's why we did so well that first game, guys. It's because we were playing the mountains that Arena wants you to play. That's not true. That's not why. We're against yet another black-white deck. Or, wait, was the last deck play? It was just mono-white. I thought for a second it was black-white, but it wasn't. I think this is the deck I assumed the first deck was. Some sort of Blood on the Snow, or... They haven't played a Snowland yet. Oh no, it's Angels. Oh no. Oh no. That's bad. I guess I just gotta Royal Eruption that and get in. But you know, can't do that forever. I think they have a lot of 4 toughness boys and ghouls, so... Let's see about it. Let's see about it. What will Alfonso do this turn? Will they play their Righteous Valkyrie? I smell it in the air. I feel it coming in the air, like Phil Collins. Will this be the turn? They Righteous Valkyrie. They instead Luminarch Aspirant. Little do they know that we've got some spice for that. Let's Spikefield Hazard that Luminarch Aspirant's face. Won't be much longer that we have to see that in our format. Let's draw a land we actually kind of needed it a little bit, let's be honest. Let's Seer Step Pathway into Flame Channeler, although we could Bloodthirsty Adversary. I say that we Flame Channeler this turn in Royal Eruption face. That will transform our Flame Channeler, and we put our opponent at 11 with the Bloodthirsty Adversary. Opponent needs to play but 1 creature to thwart our entire assault. But if we draw an untapped land on our next turn, we can play the adversary and kick it! That will allow us to replay Removal Spell. They do get the 4/4 that I was worried about, but we do get the untapped land we wanted. Will it be enough? Bloodthirsty Adversary comes down. Recast Royal Eruption. Goes face. Actually, you know, I could cast this Royal Eruption on the creature. Guarantee that if they block, we kill the thing, you know, but I don't think they'll do that. Opponent is at 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think I'm going to go face. I'm going to go face. I think this actually plays to our outs more. I really do. I think doing this is probably best. I know we're going to lose a dude here. It's going to be one of our 3/3s, but we'll still deal 5 damage to our opponent. So all we have to do is draw Royal Eruption. That's all we really have to do here. But we've already drawn 1 this game and replayed it. How many more can we draw? We can also draw another Bloodthirsty Adversary, and that's an out. At this point, if the board stays the same, I don't predict that it will, but if the board stays the same, we can get through for combat damage. They likely get through for vigilant combat damage and then blow up one of our guys, but that'll take tapping down their 1 guy. A Vanishing versus the adversary, one of our adversaries, the 3/3 to be exact. They get through for combat damage, and then they can blow up our adversary. But at this point, we have like 6 different outs. You know, 3 Bloodthirsties, 3 Royal Eruptions. We could also, well, you know, we could draw a Play with Fire into another removal spell. There's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. There's an Immersturm Skull Cairn. I could do it too. I'm so stupid. They're gonna like gain life next turn. Don't be like me, everybody. I think I should have just killed them with Skull Cairn this turn. I was just like more focused on what we were gonna draw. I'm so sorry, guys. I watch him gain like 5 life this turn, and I just like skunked it. Here comes Luminarch Aspirant. Okay. Okay. Put a counter on something. Hold. It's okay, guys. It's alright. Never punished. We're never ever punished. We go to 11 off the attack. Okay. We go to 6 because it has double strike this turn. And then our opponent says go. Oh my god. Okay, so just to be clear, we can do this turn. We have 2 red sources and a black source, plus a colorless source. Yes, so let's pitch the land. We get a land. Let's play it. And let's Skull Cairn, because we're not going to be dumb our entire lives. Let's see if our opponent has Revitalized. How stupid would that be? Good game. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh. Oh, it's still on the stack? What's happening right now? What's going on? They discard. All right. Because of Skull Cairn. Oh, boy. We did it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. I can't believe I didn't see the Skull Cairn on the table the turn before. They could have wrecked us. Like, we played a mana, so they had 5 mana. They could have, like, Righteous Valkyrie into Youthful Valkyrie, and then I would have been so mad at myself. I wouldn't have had anybody else to blame, but no, somehow we just, Arena refuses to punish us tonight. Opponent goes, not a whole lot of action in the early game, but, you know, we have sort of the reanimator combo. I want to know how it works, so I'll try this for science. Opponent starts on Rafine's Tower. Oh, final boss. All right. Okay, start on Mountain and say go. Esper goes first. Starts on Tower. Can we beat that? Turn 2, Bright Climb into Reckoner. Okay. Could be worse. Just keep telling yourself it could be worse. We still can't do anything on 2, so we pass turn. Oof. All right. Let's see if our opponent spends mana. They don't. So this Fable is not guaranteed, but we're going to try it, aren't we? Could always try for Alchemist. Could always do that. I'll Fable. This runs into a Drawry. Kind of okay with it. No, they Bankbuster. Okay. We get our little gob. Say go. See what Cards 34 is up to over there with their Esper deck. They haven't played much yet. There's a Masker for 2. Okay. Still kind of feeling each other out. Just doing the dance at this point. Let's discard Dustmangler and Red Dragon. Is that what I want to do? Sure. Let's go Blightstep on black. And I could go ahead and just Carders. They're tapped out, sure. Don't have anything to sack here, but I don't care. That's fine. We don't get the first chapter on that. It's not a big deal. See if it stays around to make both of us discard a card. Or maybe they just like go blank and exile our graveyard or something. That's one thing, is that Carders gives them a lot of advance notice. We get our Reflection. They got a burner removal spell on that, I assume. Let's see. What do I discard? Just a land, I assume. Mountain. I don't think I'll be Cardersing this turn. I could, though. I could. I do kind of feel like if I play Flame Channel or Thermo Alchemist, I'm just like running into Sweeper. Maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to do that. Let's try Channeler first. I think it's the more important spell to resolve. So, Thermo Alchemist, see if that runs into Drawry or make disappear, something. Give us another clue about what this is. There's a Memory Delusion response. Okay. So this definitely looks like a more control-oriented Esper deck, but so far it's not too far off of the typical Esper list. We just haven't seen like a Luminarch Aspirant or a Fiend, a Tenacious Underdog. But they could all be here, lurking. We don't get swept. That's unbelievable. Dustmangler, I suppose. Pretty hurtful, you know, enter the battlefield trigger there. And while it's on the stack, we can always Reflection if the Dustmangler dies here. I really like this combo because like we have all of our mana untapped for Reflection, and if you can tell in a couple of games, it kind of works on curve. You know, like Fable on 3 into Carders on the next turn, and then you'll have your Reflection unsummoning sick like exactly at the right time. You know, they discarded Negate. Interesting. Let's target our Dust Mangler. Throw that back. See what they do. Yeah, now the Infernal Grasp, so we're not going to get the copy on that. That's fine. Opponent still appears to have something over there. Put him at 14. Play the Mountain in the turn. Guess I'll just Karturs again. Yeah, activate Alchemist. Karturs. See if they have a counterspell now. They threw away a negate. That makes me feel like they have something. They don't. They don't appear to, at least. Unless it's a Dwary. Sacrifice the Channeler. Put him at 10. Really, we're putting them at 11. They have a Massacre. They Void Rend the Karturs. Neat. Okay. They go to 11, so... Gonna have to do a lot of damage to finish from here, but we do have a Den. You know, could be worse. Wandering Emperor, that's probably gonna exile the Reflection. They go to 13. It's pretty good. But they appear naked aside from that. Ooh, we gotta play with fire, so we can just play with fire the Emperor. Oh no. I forget, how exactly are you worded? Whenever this creature attacks creator, one that's taps and attacking, it's still in, so I guess we just, yeah, it'll work. It'll work the way I want it to in that situation. Alright, let's activate Den. I have 1 mana over there. What could it be? So I can attack you, and then the token can attack the Wandering Emperor, right? I just wanted to make sure I could, in fact, do that. Alright, so they go to 10, Emperor dies. We can hold up this play with fire, tap the Alchemist when we need to. I'm going to keep the Sekinzen in our hand too. We've got to squeeze all the damage we can out of this. Alright, let's tap the Alchemist. Put him at 9. Let's play with fire, put him at 7. Tap the Alchemist, put him at 6. After his Scry. Another play with fire, that seems okay, sure. Tap the Alchemist. Whoop, tap the Alchemist. Come on, bud. Alright, 6. Sure. Let's activate Den. Let's see what they do. Swing with Den, swing with the 1/1, keep Alchemist up. The Emperor. Interesting. Interesting. So I'm going to take out the Den. Go to 8. Which is really like staying at the current life total.
You're done.
So go to 6. So we tap the Alchemist and put him at 5. I mean, we can put him at 2, though. Like, it's either kill this Emperor with the play with fire or put him at 2 and scry. And that is actually a super hard decision. That is so hard, dude. That is hard. I have a meat hook, so like if our dudes die, they gain life. And our dudes will die to a Doomscar or something next turn. So maybe it's just worth taking out Emperor. Yeah, man. That untaps Alchemist. That's so hard, dude. Do you remember Sekinzen tokens have haste? So that might make a difference here. There's another meat hook. Gotta tap the Alchemist, but that's really just like, you know, them not gaining life for our Alchemist. They'll still go up to 6 here. 7? Yeah, they go to 7. Jeez. Jeez. Man. Well, now we're at an impasse too, because like, do I play this land to get 1 card closer to this Dust Mangler? Or do I make the hasty guys and come in, put them at 5? But if they kill our guys the next turn, they'll just gain more life anyway, you know? I don't know. I think it's probably best to attack with these dudes. They've already played 2 meat hooks this game. Make him have another sweep. They don't do anything. We draw a land, but that's fine. That's okay. Nail biter. Good game so far. They have something for at least one of our guys. Maybe. It was a hell of a pause. Yeah, they Void Ren. Spend 3 mana on a 1/1 token. Well, they're going to stay at 5. Next turn, we can play this Mangler. Here's a chance. They get to play a blocker this turn just by activating the Bankbuster. They have another Bankbuster anyway. So let's keep it. Oh, Royal Eruption. Okay. Should I hold this until he can kick it though? Oh, dude, should I hold this till he can kick it? It's in their hand. We can't attack. It'll just get blocked by one Bankbuster. This Bankbuster will make a dude, and that dude will crew the other Bankbusters, so we can't really attack here. Oh my god. One untapped land, guys. All I need is one land, one land. Their deck's win con is probably to cast Hullbreaker Horror or something. Which would actually be kind of really bad. Really, really bad. They have 8 mana, so... Like, if they have, like, Hullbreaker Horror Fading Hope, then they could bounce a kicked Royal Eruption. We didn't draw a land, guys. What's in here? Play with fire, play with fire. Is there a Royal Eruption in here? No, just play with fires. It's like, if I Royal Eruption now, I can set up Adversary next turn. Might be what we need to do. What if we don't resolve this? Haven't seen a counter yet. This plays through even to make disappear. That's, you know, they have to sacrifice something for. They can't Disdainful Stroke it. They threw away a negate earlier. But we do know that does mean we've seen counter spells in this deck. A Bankbuster for a card. Oh, and they scoop. Oh my goodness. Whoo! Okay. I guess they just didn't want to go anymore. Not really sure why. I feel like they had at least a turn or two left there. It felt more tense than that. They have 7 cards when they draw. You know? Like, can't do anything about Adversary. But if we'd have drawn 1 mana, we have 2 ways of finishing the game off. So they have to have Counterspell somewhere. I guess if we play Bloodthirsty Adversary, they can't Disdainful Stroke or negate that. I wonder if Adversary just plays through everything. One way or the other, though. 3-0. 3-0 tonight. Not bad. And not Naya. If it's Naya, please don't play Field of Ruin. That's so greedy. Well, we have 4 red cards and no red mana. We do go first. Alright, now we got red mana and red cards. What do we pitch? A land. Swamp. Yeah. Yeah. So I do. Sakinzen 1. Sega. Opponent goes mountain. They like red mana too. They like having that red mana. Yeah, fine. We won't play with fire, I guess. Apparently you're playing creatures, so let's maybe save these. Pass turn. What you got? You gonna make a 3/3 this turn? That would suck. Save the play with fire for like no reason. Thinking about it. Comes a Bloodthirsty Adversary, right? Yeah, I've guessed. I've guessed correctly. It's gonna be Iceman. It's gonna be kanji characters over there. Oh, it's tough. It's a tough one. It's a... Oh, I can't kill that. Damn it. Definitely can't kill that. At least not this turn. I guess I can go and kill it. Like play a land, kill it. I think it's worth it. Yes, I'm sure. It has Ward too? Oh no. It's a good thing I have 2 extra mana. I know, I killed it on my turn. The card's instant speed. I get it. I don't want any tricks. I don't want like dueling rapier out of nowhere and I just get bodied. Oh, nice. Let's tip our glass to them. I don't know if you all know this, but I'm a huge fan of Dragon Spark Reactor. I love this card so much. It's always really bad. Like, it's terrible when I try to play it, but, but it's a lot of fun. It's Fable. Let's say go for now. I guess this time I'll play the Play with Fire properly. Let's try to. I like this deck. Mono red artifacts. I've built this deck a few times. It's always really fun. A lot of choices too. Like, do you go the more laid back, less aggressive route with like experimental synthesizer and a couple of other cards like Reactor, or do you just go full on aggressive? Well, this might be the this might be red white. Sometimes you see Kumano faces Kakazan, but the Patchwork Automaton, that actually means it's red white with like Michiko's. But I think this one's just mono red, which is cool. Looks like they have Play with Fire. No, they have Voltage Surge. That makes more sense. It really does. Iron Apprentice. Nice. Nice. Well, let's kill the Etching, I guess. They only have 1 card left in their hand. I wonder what it is. Can we ride this storm out? Kill the Etchings. We get a land, we can just chill on it. We don't, though. We got a Carders. So we discard. We discard the Dragon, we know that. But I could discard one of these Carders. Track it to land. That way we're chilling on Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which I kind of like. Carders is good, though, but... I think I'll take my chances. We got the other land. That's awesome. I'm really tempted to play Carders, especially now that there's a dragon in our yard. I think I'll just say go and try to catch him in our web. Just like a spider. See if they come in with Etching. Because they might just come in with Iron Apprentice. Reinforced Ronin, huh? Okay. Reactor goes up. Of course, now they can kill our Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Ah! They can kill our Hive of the Eye Tyrant with Dragon Spark. And, like, what else are they using the mana for, right? I still think this is right. I think we make them do it now. Dragon Spark is so good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we take 9 this turn. Go to 7. They're going to do it. Why else? You know, there's no reason not to do it. I love you, Dragon Spark Reactor deck. I have respect for you. Takes jank to beat jank, you know. We played against sort of normal decks in Standard so far this evening. And we've beaten all the good decks. Play against mono red artifacts with a perfect start, and we can't do it. And I kind of, there's part of me that really likes that. Well, I guess we'll go to 3 this turn. Yeah. That sucks. I'm actually going to sack that. All on the floor, sack that, give me some more. If it were a turn later, then I would have done that differently, right? Like, if we didn't only have, like, 1 more turn left to survive, I would have done that differently. Oh, a Rabbit Battery, too. Nice. We got a 2 here. So, is there a single out in the deck? I don't think there is from this position. Should I play Meat Hook in here? Should I? Play like a 2-of Meat Hook or something? Come on, bud. It's you. As soon as I draw the card, I'm going to scoop. Because, like, I really don't think there's anything we could possibly draw. Like, in the whole deck. There's the 1 land that comes into play tapped. Except for a creature. I guess it could have been a creature land. Let's discard another red dragon just so our opponent knows what's up. I want to see what they discard. It's a Reinforced Ronin because they had to. Wait, okay, yeah, we're still dead. We're still dead. It's a good game, opponent. I salute your jank. Alright, we go first. 2 6-drops and a 7-drop. Whatever, let's ship it, I guess. That's a little better, but we still have a 6 and a 7. Like, you see what I mean by, like, Arena's going to make sure this always happens to you? I guess we'll put back the dragon. Like, I feel like Mangler's better if you're gonna hold on to one. Because hopefully we get to discard it and reanimate it later. Skull Cairn, huh? Well, I guess let's Flame Channeler. Opponent started on blue-white mana over there. Tri-Mac. Not just one Mac. 3 Macs. Return of the Tri-Mac. See what opponent does with their mana over there. Okay, they play a Miria's Call, Portable Hole on the Channeler. So scared. Scared of a little Channeler. Alright, let's roll Eruption Face. Got nothing else to do this turn. Just blue-white control, perhaps. That's what we're seeing so far. Blue-white control that might not play Farewell because they play Portable Hole. Or they might. They might just do it. What if we Royal Eruption again? They've got more life gain, don't they? Should probably save you. There's already a Royal Eruption in our yard, so like next turn if we draw Bloodthirsty, we can play land, play the adversary, kick it, Royal Eruption out of the yard. It'll be fine. But I can tell you right now, I don't like the way this game is angling, you know. It's not looking good. We're just going to draw lands. That's cool. It's very cool. That's what we're going to do. Well, I guess go, opponent. Is Skyclave, well, can Skyclave Apparition hit more targets? It can't hit anything above 4. So, you know, Brutal Cathar can hit my Titan of Industry I work so hard for, whereas Skyclave can't, you know.
You could have such power.
But I see what you mean. It hits a wider spread of permanent types. Well, opponent just got to lull, so I'm pretty sure we die. Pretty sure that's what that means.
A setback.
It's fine. It's a weird. This just feels like a really weird game to me. This particular game feels extremely weird. Especially with like all the stuff we've drawn. Man, opponent's blinged out over there, aren't they? Look at this Kaito. Look at this lull. How can we beat someone so rich? It's impossible. We drew another Dust Mangler. That's... Alright, 4 to the dome, I guess. If it resolves. It doesn't get draw rate or anything, so... Opponent goes to 14. We're at 16. But they almost certainly have some kind of removal. They didn't just then. Oddly enough. 5 cards in their hand. Like, what could it be? Do we just race? They don't activate Hive, so no, we're not racing. They draw a card. 6 in their hand. 1 away from the full grip. Was that the removal spell? Gonna cast it on your turn, opponent? You can do that? You gonna be the kind of person that does that? I don't even know what that means. Opponent's really holding it here. They do have 7 mana. So it could be time for a whole breaker whore. Now it's a Doomscar. Okay, they just didn't want to deal with a 4/4 flyer anymore. That's interesting. Hey, a Bloodthirsty Adversary. What do? You kick a Royal Eruption and kill this Kaito. That's pretty sick. Hold on. So they're at 14. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. 7, 6, 5 with the Skull Cairn. And the removal they had to use just then was a Doomscar. They had to scar. They don't like have single target removal. Everything on my body is screaming at me to kill this Kaito Shizuki though, like while we still can. So I probably should do that. I should probably do that. They're tapped out, man. Just kill the Kaito. Just do it. It's like I could put him at 8, but is that enough? You know, I don't know if that's enough. So
Don't you see I'm trying to help?
I do not see that you're trying to help Kaito. Seems like you're trying to hinder, to be honest. Alright, land 4 cards left for opponent over there. Kind of hoping they really don't have removal. No, they're doing something. See if they tap their Bankbuster though. If they do that, that'd be sick. Okay, they march. They march the adversary away and then draw off the Bankbuster. 3 mana left over there. They can't activate Hive, but they do have 4 cards. That's a lot. They can do a lot with that much mana. Alright, that's pretty cool. That's our 7th mana for Dustmang. Let's see if we resolve it. Although, look at this mana. They only have one blue, but they can cast Disdainful Stroke, Make Disappear, Jwari. They can cast all kinds of stuff with this mana. I feel like Jwari would be really greedy in this mana base, but not too greedy for them to play. They Yorgo us before we've even roped, which I think is really, really funny. We're thinking opponent. This is a tactic. They're a control player, so they're trying to goad you into a decision because that could only work out for them, you know. I guess we Dustmang. Let's make them have it, you know. Pay the 4. And yes, I'm paying 4. It just hit the table too, like no resistance whatsoever. They discard a land and go to 10. We'll see if taking that 4 was the right thing to do. They Kaito. Create a 1/1. Is that because you need a blocker? They can no longer activate their hive, which means they can't crew their bank buster. Alright, Kaito phases. Alright, so now we Dust Mangler and we discard the Fable. Discard that card. Alright, Dust Mangler's hanging on the stack. That's not good. That's not good at all. It hits the table though. Okay. They sacrifice their 1/1. See what they discard. Another land? What is that? It's an Iganjo! Oh, you discard an Iganjo? That means they have to have another removal piece. They just have to, right? Oh, it's an Emperor of all the things! Your dirty butt had to have an Emperor. They go back up to 8 because of that. That sucks, dude. That sucks. That was our opening. Like, that was definitely our opening. And they Mina, come on! They drew that off the top, too. They didn't have any cards in their hand. They drew it off the top. Either that or their last card was the Hive of the Eye Tyrant they just played this turn. Could be. They draw a discard with Kaito just to up it. And then they draw with Bank Buster. They're tapped out. Royal Eruption, kicked. Oh, man. Alright, they go to 4. So, Skull Cairn plus, like, Play with Fire wins the game. They make a 2/2. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We only have a couple of turns, so, like, we need to draw the direct damage spell this turn. We have to do it. Play with Fire or Royal Eruption work. Come on. Come on, just show it to me. They don't swing. Well, I guess they can't swing with the 2/2 or the 1/1. They get rid of the Royal Eruption in case we draw a Bloodthirsty. It all comes down to this. Come on. Just play with fire. We haven't seen one all game. Play with fire, baby. Play with fire. Here it comes. It's a land! Ah, dude, why is it a land? Why is it a... Seriously. 8 out of 17 cards are lands this game. That's nearly 50%. Which is weird, because I'm not playing lands at a 50% rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of... Yeah, 10 out of 25. That's much more reasonable for the opponent. Oh, well. I guess we die. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Let's Immerstorm Skull Cairn, put him at 1, and say good game. We did everything we could, guys. We did everything we could. Damn. That's so close. As close as it gets, dude. Where was the play with fire, guys? Where was the play with fire, dude? Didn't see one all game. Alright, this is it. This is the last one. We seriously started with 4-drop, 2 7s, and a 6. Opponent goes. Like... Just amazing, dude. It's a 6 and a 7. 2 lands, sure. Let's keep the 6. That's just insane, dude. Like, absolutely. Whew. Alright, Mountain, go. They played Rockfall Veil tap down and blinged out, too. Blinged out overgrown farmland. It's okay. We got a rich person over there. I don't know how we beat that with our deck that doesn't do anything. It's Tomo Alchemist. We played against a lot of rich people tonight. Like a lot of people with nothing but blinged out stuff. That's what I wanted. Another blinged out overgrown farmland. Lots and lots of money on the other side of the table. Hey, make sure that even your commons and uncommons are the expensive kind. It's Fable. Sego. I imagine you deserve to win some games after spending as much money as you have, dude. Jeez, calm down. Rockfall Vale. Something that blows us out. Helena and Elena. Arlen. It's like the best thing you play. Essex Chariot. Tovalar. That also is pretty good. You gonna combat? Wanna go to combat, bud? No, they don't. Let's tap down Thermo Alchemist. Royal Eruption. That kills Tovalar. That's good. I was just saying that we never have enough. We never have removal when we need it. Shadow Skull Smashing. I believe that might be the first time we've drawn it tonight. Well, I definitely want to Royal Eruption this Tovalar. Trigger on the stack. Let's tap Alchemist. If we're doing anything else, let's come in with this Toke. They don't take the block. Obviously, I was hoping they would, you know. Alright, so flashpoint here, like big decision point, and things might come back to bite me, but I'm going to pay the 3 life and spend this treasure so I can double, like, Fable again on this turn. I think that's a fine thing to do. Alright, we got rid of our opponent's Tovalar, but they could still have some nasty stuff. 5th land. They literally have nothing but these. That's kind of interesting. I guess those are the lands they paid for, so those are the lands they draw, you know. What you got? You got like a, whatever it's called to kill this? Yeah, Seiju to blow up one of the Fables. I assume it's the one that was closest to popping off? No! It was the one that was going to let us draw and discard next turn. Huh. Okay. They don't attack either. Okay. Wonder what the last card in their hand is. They go to 15. It turns nighttime. So now they have an Anthem effect. Keep that in mind. I think we just play our hand out. Wonder if we can make them nervous about blocking here. I'm doing it. Sucks I don't have 2 spells here so I can make it daytime next turn. That'd be great. They do take a block. It's very dangerous, but it's good to know that they will do that. Alright, Channeler, Hive, and maybe Hive will help us get through this game, but opponent's still at a reasonably high life total. We're looking at Flame Channeler. Gotta have something nice to copy. Remember, if we try to copy a Hive of the Eye Tyrant, it'll just be a land. Alright, the Unnatural Moonrise. Interesting. So when it deals combat damage, they draw a card. They get a mana. I guess that's probably fine, right? I don't think I want to like double block and lose both these guys. Don't know if I want them to draw a card either, but I think it's okay. They have 4 mana, so they can very likely play whatever they draw. 13 up. They draw. 4 mana left. That's a lot. That's enough to cast almost anything in their deck, I assume. Hell, if they attack next turn, even if they don't drop a land, they could drop like an Avabrook Caretaker. That would be a problem. Well, on this board, they reflect. Or other March of Otherworldly Light. That's fine. I should say they kill the reflection. They reflect. Alright, let's tap the Alchemist down. Pop them. Sega. Draw a swamp. It's daytime, but it's going to be nighttime because we can't cast a spell. Thanks, Arena. It's really nice. Anything we want out of here? I guess we take the Tovolar. Feels like a just-in-case measure. Alright, they go to 5. They'll be at 4. So again, it sucks that we are forced to go to nighttime here. Closing is not a guarantee, but there's a lot we could do to close. We could just draw a Royal Eruption, and that automatically closes the game from this position. That's pretty good. That's probably the best thing we could do is a Royal Eruption. We could also draw Cardurs and maybe get in for combat damage like one thing and then kill them. It's an idea. Reckless Stormseeker. Let's see how reckless they get this turn. Reckless gives... It's their Storm Charge Slasher, the Hash-Slinging Slasher. It's going to give itself haste. And come in. Sure. Sure. Remember, Hive of the Eye Tyrant has Menace. Just reminding you, we put him at 4. And yeah, even though we draw a land, it doesn't matter. Arena tried to make us draw 2 lands in a row, but whatever. Let's just attack all. We did it. We finally did it. We finally did it, baby. We finally did it. Oh my goodness. I still think that this deck needs some work. I've probably already said it so much that you remember it, but I need to hammer it in. Take this card out. Thermo Alchemist, Flame Channeler, take it out. That's 6 slots. That is 6 slots, and 4 of them can be a Meat Hook Masker or something. I mean, you need creatures in the deck to sacrifice to a Cardurs, but I think there's better ways of getting them, dude. Like I think Hunt for Pests or Hunt for Specimens, whatever it's called. I think it's just like better to play than a lot of these cards.